could see all my chests and nothing else. That was actually really sick. I liked that. Okay. Welcome back, y'all. I think we're gonna be giving into making a golem farm today. What do you want? I guess, what do I want from you? Not really that great of things. I think you deserve to just die. I don't care. Die. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Sweet berries. All but one bush had berries. Oh, I should probably mute that, because I am listening to Vacant stream. Okay. So, the plan today is to make a golem farm. To make said golem farm, I know I need lava, I know I need a absolute heck ton of water buckets, I know I need a lot of leaves, and I know I need beds and job blocks. Do I need beds? I think I need beds. Yes, beds. Thank you, Vacant. Much appreciated. I gotta finish setting up my stream. I keep messing with it and then I never finish messing with it and it just goes untouched. So yeah, I need leaves, I need water, I need leaves, I need water, I need beds, I need job blocks, and then I need villagers. We already have some villagers to start with, and then we'll just breed them in the area. I need to find the area I'm gonna make it as well, and figure out how to transport the villagers, which would most likely easiest be rails. The problem is my very limited access to iron. I guess I could go find one of the caves that had a mine shaft in it and take a bunch of rails from that, theoretically. I don't know where I'm gonna put this either. We don't have much real estate to work with here. I could flatten out this hill and make it a big flat area here and put it here, but I feel like that's too close to there. But maybe it isn't. I don't even remember the dimensions I need, so I guess I'll flatten this out, because worst case I just flatten it out for no reason and just have more flat space. And then I think I'll look up my template I need and see how it turns out. I can't cut this down without building up. Okay, yeah, let's just take this down some. Something like this, I guess. And then make this area also more covered and flat. I don't know, again, I don't really know how much real estate I need to work with to do this correctly, so I can't determine the correct amounts. Nixie, stop eating your leg, please. You are not a cannibal. But yeah, I honestly wasn't gonna stream. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. I normally stream to be able to chat with Dante's, and he's not on because he's probably sleeping, thankfully, because he needs sleep. But I figured I'd get on because, you know, at least then it gives him something to listen to when he is awake and I'm sleeping, because we have opposite sleep schedules from the opposite time zones. But I don't know. I'm just going with the flow here, trying to get some stuff done in this world. I think a good portion of it will be AFKing once I get the farm like put together, because I'll have to wait for the villagers to breed and grow up to have the correct number of them in the farm. But that's okay, because I can just you know, do other things on my phone or whatever while I'm AFKing it, which is kind of what I wanted to do in the first place, which is why I avoided the concept of streaming tonight at first, because I honestly just wanted to spend some time on my phone doing some business stuff, like updating my book talk and doing my work for the month and all that. But I'm hoping I can manage to multitask and get both done, which would be nice. I'm out of dirt. I have to go get more dirt because I need to completely fill that in, I think, to make this platform a little more usable without having to light up a big area, because I'm also going to extend it this way some, but I'm going to light up down there so it's not spawning more mobs. I think I'm also going to get rid of that water there. I don't know, I think I can make this platform big enough. I'm going off a very vague memory from when I made this in... Hey, boss, it's been a minute. How are you doing? How are things? I am going off vague memory from when I made this in the world with my partner, and I'm not entirely sure the dimensions and everything until I look the tutorial up again, but for now I'm just kind of making the base for it, like the area I'm gonna put it at least, because you gotta start somewhere. Is there an echo in the stream? There could be. I wouldn't be surprised. My audio could be a little jinky. My day has been a day. It's been very long. I was outside at least, so it helped with the seasonal affective disorder that's trying to kick my butt right now from fall starting. Which makes me want to be incredibly productive, and instead of being productive, I am on stream playing video games. But it's also like 11:30 at night, so I'm just gonna tell myself it's fine. Because who needs to be productive at 11:30 at night? Also me, but I'm gonna just pretend I don't for now. When I have to AFK for this farm to progress, I probably will a decent bit, but for right now... yeah, I'll check my audio in a second, because I wouldn't be surprised if I have something weird going on. Let me just cut down this tree. But yeah, I'm just working on being productive in Minecraft for the moment to satisfy my need for productivity. Let me get out of vacant stream for a second. Stream manager, audio on. It is working. Ah, my fan noise is pretty loud. That's the problem. I don't know how that's picking that up. Is there... I'm gonna see if I can mess with my microphone settings a little. I don't know why this headset is messing with things. I could turn... Whoa. I can turn my microphone level up some, but I feel like that's just going to increase the fan pickup. But we'll see if that helps at all. I turned my microphone up a decent amount. It's just the fan in the background being a pain. My apologies. I cannot turn it off because I will overheat. I was just outside all night and it's nice and cool outside, and then I get back in my apartment that's like way hotter and I wanted to scream. Yay, thank you. I'm glad I fixed it because I don't entirely know what I did, but I will take the credit for it because that's normal. Credit where credit is due, definitely. Definitely the case. Okay, we're just gonna make that a floating little puddle there for now. I'm trying to basically fill in this area a little more strategically, which is gonna cost me a lot of dirt in my dirt supply, but that's okay because dirt is in abundance in an infinite world. I can always just go to some random coordinate location that I don't particularly like and take all of its dirt and move on with life. So we'll just keep using it up, I suppose. Plus we still have like 90% of a double chest, so. I am attempting to have fun. That is a correct statement. Oh, I agree. So, my birthday's in a matter of days now, like under the double-digit days, which is incredibly stressful because I don't do well with birthdays. Why, you may ask? I have no clue. Don't ask me. I always end up having at least one mental breakdown on every single birthday I've had in history. So, I think I've just become accustomed to dreading them for that reason. And my brain, and lovely BPD likes to put a lot of unrealistic expectations on birthdays, and it just ends up getting me upset. So it's like a double-edged sword. Yeah, definitely not gonna lobotomize me. I'm getting used to it. I'm trying, like, this year I'm genuinely talking to my therapist about it and, like, actually trying to make progress and not being miserable and terrible about my birthday, so slight wins, I suppose. Who knows? I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I've had an issue with birthdays and with a lot of holidays, for whatever reasons. So, trying to make this one be okay. I'm going to be 23, which is a number that I never thought I would reach, so gotta celebrate that. Yeah, I'm definitely of the opinion that if you can get access to a therapist, you should, regardless of whether you have, like, major mental illness or, you know, major stress at the moment or any of it. It's just, the therapists are just helpful. They're there to be helpful, and once you get established with one, a lot of them are very open to, like, working at your own pace, so when you really need them, you can see them multiple times a week, once a week, whatever you need, and when you're feeling a little more able to handle life on your own and don't feel like you need them as much, you can see them as little as you want. And then they're always there to be able to adjust that ratio as needed. Like, my therapist was actually just discussing that we might ramp up my sessions for the fall and the winter because she's noticing my seasonal affective disorder is trying to kick my butt, and we're trying to get ahead of it before it gets the best of me. So it's probably going to become more of a regular thing for a little bit until we figure it out a bit more, which is fine by me because I'd rather figure it out than drown. So yeah, it's definitely very reliable support systems. I mean, depending on, you know, what therapists you get established with and stuff, because therapists are also hard to find in good care sometimes, depending on your area. I know this is probably my 10th or 12th therapist by now, in my lifetime, and I've been going in and out of therapy since I was like 8 years old, so it takes a little trial and error sometimes, depending on your area, depending on what you need for help, but I think the biggest reason I just had so much issues was because of my mental illnesses. There's a lot of stigma around BPD, even in the medical field, and I've had a lot of therapists tell me, like, they can't treat me, or, you know, I must not have BPD because I'm not difficult enough, and just weird statements that don't make much sense. So that makes sense. I do think that's a good idea. Cognitive-based is very helpful. I kind of work based on a combination of talk therapy, DBT, and cognitive therapy right now. I would love to get into EMDR therapy because it has a lot of success at dealing with processing traumatic memories and traumatic storage in your brain, which is something I struggle a lot with from my childhood. That has a lot to do with a lot of my BPD triggers. So I think it would be beneficial. My therapist and I have been trying to research and find more local options that might offer it, because I can't really travel very far right now. But being that it's a more relatively new option in the field, there's not many places in my area that really work with it yet. So biding my time and keeping my eye out. But honestly, anything helps. When you get your foot in the door, you can work and figure out what does and doesn't make you make progress, in my opinion. Because honestly, I didn't get into DBT therapy until this year. And even just in the few months that I've been working on it has made amazing progress for me for a lot of areas of my mental health and mental illnesses. And I never even heard of it before talking to my therapist. So, like, you know, you find a basis to start with, and then, you know, you work with your team, your care team, and figure out where to go from there. I don't know. I think it's a lovely resource. I hate that it's so inaccessible to so many people, because it is a very lovely resource that a lot of people could really benefit from, and do really benefit from. And sadly, a lot of people that could benefit from it never get to it before, you know, losing their lives or other terrible things. But that is the world we live in, because everyone wants to profit off everything. But that's alright. So yeah, I definitely hope that you can find a helpful therapist and get some support systems in place, because it's a great resource to have. What am I doing? I'm terraforming so bad, because I want to make this space be where I put the Golem farm, I think, because it's kind of central to the villagers, where it'll be easy to transport them here, and central to my home, where it'll hopefully still be loaded in enough to keep working when I'm not near it, because I don't think it has to be right near my home like a lot of my farms have to continue functioning. Yeah, I kind of bounce around, especially late at night, like right now, where my brain's a little fizzled because I've been out a long day with my father. It's just like half helpful and half delirium. But it's alright, it's all good. I think that's a very amazing goal. I know we kind of talked about your goals for like your nonprofit and stuff, and I think your goals are very, very great, and I hope that they go very well for you, because they definitely would help the world in a lot of ways. Oh, heck off. Nobody wants you here. Nobody wants you here. Why did you set me on fire? Speaking of which, I'm gonna start lighting up this area now. I gotta interconnect my lit up areas now, since I'm expanding into this region. And I gotta light up down there so that there's not lurking mobs. I agree. The world definitely needs a little more kindness. It is absolutely chaos lately. And in general, it's been unkind and chaos for a long time. It's just finally coming out of the woodworks a little more in modern days. And people are paying attention to it more, which... Wait a minute, that guy's wearing copper armor. They made it a feature for friggin' mobs already? What? I mean, last stream, I already made a copper armor set to put on an armor stand in the house, and I'm working on the other armor sets as I go, but I didn't realize they added it to mobs already. I mean, it makes sense, but it surprised me. I had to do a double take there. I was fighting him normally before I realized he was orange. Interesting. It's pretty cool. I don't know the logistics of like how it compares to other armors, because I really didn't bother to look, but I think it looks pretty cool, and hopefully it proves to be useful. I gotta make a better staircase in here for now, because I don't have one now that I blocked off that area. I don't know. They do seem very odd with the way that they number updates, honestly. Always have been. I don't really know the full extent of this update. I did a brief look through the Minecraft wiki, whatever, while I was on stream the other day, yesterday? Was it yesterday? I've lost track of my days, don't ask me. I don't even know how many days away my birthday is right now off the top of my head. But whenever I was last streaming, I did a quick search on the Minecraft wiki to, heck off, to, kind of get a brief overview of what to expect and what they added, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna make a copper golem or two in the house just strictly to decorate the house and have them wandering around for fun. Because I did try them in the beta rollout and they really sucked in my opinion for their functionality. Yeah, I saw the spears. I'm actually really curious about them. I mean, yeah, it adds, like, it's basically at this point they're just adding modded features into regular Minecraft until they can't anymore. Like, this is a popular modded option. Here, let's do this, you know? But it's cool that they're adding stuff. I wish they'd update the things that we've been begging them to update, like an end update or something, but someday, perhaps, we shall get that. Eventually. Mojang, please. We're begging. We've been begging. Oh god. I don't want to fight all of you. While I still refuse to go home and sleep. So I'm basically just causing my own problems and then complaining about it, but it's okay. Yeah, it basically just adds like modded stuff into vanilla Minecraft, which is kind of fun, I guess. And it's like 10 to 15 years. Yeah, that makes sense. I honestly wasn't expecting them to update much more in general years ago when they stopped supporting updates on like the PS3 and stuff. I figured they would stop supporting it and just kind of peter out updates for the rest of the platforms, but they've still been updating, surprisingly, for now. Like you said, that's going to change. I'm gonna die to a stupid skeleton for no reason. Ah! Good god. Function correctly, Jax. Oh, I missed that shot. I knew the second I let go. He was still wandering. Yeah, I agree. Updates slowing down would definitely be a bit rough for their continuation of the player base, but I also think they tend to lose some of the player base in a way by constantly updating it, because a lot of the like longer time players get really overwhelmed by the updates sometimes too and just kind of stop playing. But I feel like they get enough new players to balance out that anyways, so it wouldn't hurt to keep updating it. I think it's just tedious and they're running out of ideas. The players never run out of ideas. We're always adding new suggestions, but I think they're just kind of running out of ideas to continue with it type of thing. I'm not entirely sure. Who knows why they're petering out with it, but I think they just, yeah, vertical slabs. Fair point. I also tried the shelves already, and I don't know how I feel about them. I put some in the house, so I guess I'll show them for anyone that hasn't seen the shelves yet, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about them. I think I'll probably like level 1 enchant all my armor that I put on armor stands too to make them shiny on display. I already dyed the leather armor because I didn't have that achievement yet to have every piece of leather armor dyed differently. And also rediscovered that for some reason they stopped allowing you to individually dye leather. You now have to specifically do it with the cauldron only, and I didn't realize that had been changed. I remember when you could do either, which has probably been a long time since they changed that, because I haven't dyed leather armor and I don't even know how long, but it was interesting to figure out nonetheless. I think this is extended far enough now to keep myself and my villagers safe while I'm transferring them, and with the iron golem farm and all that. Basically, there's a specific design for the golem farm I have in mind, but I have to do a bit more research to rediscover the tutorial for it and everything, because I definitely can't do it off the top of my head, nor am I gonna just like magically create one that works, because I'm not that intelligent. But honestly, at this point, we're really low on iron, and I feel like it's my best bet to just Slave labor for the copper golem. I'm not surprised. I really messed around with them in the beta version, and I really didn't like them. They would work for this world, I think, technically. I don't like the way they sort things, to be honest. Like, they don't seem to correlate things very well in the way that I normally correlate things. They were putting things into chests that didn't really make sense to belong in those chests, in my opinion, which is, you know, my opinion's my opinion. It's everyone else has their own, but that's just what I noticed personally that kind of turned me off of them. And then also the fact that they only reached 2 chests high kind of, or 2 or 3 chests high kind of sucked, because in the world I was messing with them for beta, I had like 4 high worth of chests, so they basically were just soft locked to not be able to do what they needed to do, and then I'd have to put a something that matched it into one of the lower chests. Yeah, they work good for like redstone users, I imagine, and people that like want to, you know, optimize their world for them, I'm sure will, and I definitely think they'll have some uses. I just don't think they'll have much uses for me, unfortunately, at this point in time. But I like the idea of the little copper statues, so I'm still gonna put them in my world for fun and let them walk around until they turn into statues, and then put them in my world again, because I like having creatures in my house that I can have. I'll just never use their little copper thing, and they'll just exist, you know? Never use their copper chest and let them vibe. So next order of business is going to be rails. I don't know if I want to go... Oh, I was going to show you the shelves too. I got to put stuff away so I can show those. I put some shelves up here to hold music discs for now, and then a couple over here. I don't know how I feel about them. I know you can make different wood ones. These are just the dark oak ones. They just... I feel like if you did them floor to ceiling, they might look okay. But even then, they kind of just look a little... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. They don't look bad. They just confuse my brain a little. They weren't what I was expecting, I guess. Legalized taxidermy. Fair. That is technically true. They added taxidermy to Minecraft. It's fine. Alright, so I gotta get rails, and judging by the small amount of iron I have, I might be best off going to get them. Because a stack of iron isn't gonna last me very long when I need water buckets. I think I'm gonna start first with leaves, because if I get leaves, I can get the outline going. Yeah, so I do have copper armor on a stand as well. I have dyed leather armor. I have chainmail except for the leggings. Is that chainmail boots, or is that iron boots that I put on there? I put iron boots on there. I'm dumb. I was like, that doesn't look right. Where are my chainmail boots? There you go. So yeah, basically the goal is leather, chainmail, gold, copper, iron, diamond. All in a row. And like I said, I'll probably enchant them just to make them glow, because I usually have the extra levels. Right now I don't that much, but normally I have the extra levels. I lost all my levels last stream because I died repeatedly, but that's fine. Let's start with leaves. What kind of leaves do I want? I think I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm still intentionally avoiding netherite. I might add netherite as the armor stand in, like, scooch this one over and then put it until here. I don't even have netherite for myself right now, so I haven't even contemplated making display netherite yet. And I think I'll also do a tool for each of them as well. Like, pick one tool, either an axe or a sword probably, and put each of them having the corresponding one. This one would probably have wood, and this one would probably have stone, and then gold, copper, you know, the other ones. I don't even have netherite for myself yet. I can't even contemplate that. I mean, I have plenty of ancient debris. I have a decent amount of gold with plenty of access to gold. My problem is the template. I don't have very many diamonds either to duplicate it, but I can get diamonds, you know? The template is the problem. Also, I think I'm gonna go with cherry for the leaves, because why not? Pretty pink leaves for the golem farm. I'm gonna need more shears, which I think I actually have a ton of them sitting in the barrel in the villager farm, so I'll go over there. I'm gonna need a good amount of bone meal, which I said I wanted to switch to bone blocks since we have access to bone blocks in the nether. So, yeah. Yeah. I might need more than 32. I'm gonna take a whole stack. Because if I have extra cherry leaves, I can always use them for other projects. But yeah, I don't have the template yet for netherite. I would love to, but this world is cursed, and every time I spend any significant amount of time in the nether, it blue screens me. I appreciate that. I do have a decent amount of resources going on. I would like to be better. I would like to actually decorate my house as well, but I keep avoiding that because ADHD brain has said not yet. And I am a slave to its will. So, yes, we do have shears. Perfect. I thought I bought them from one of these guys to level up. Oh no, it's genuinely cursed. You can probably go back through any of my VODs, especially when I start uploading my VODs, that I've got private on the YouTube channel up to public. There's many cases of pretty much every time I go into the nether, it either A, kills me, B, lags out, or C, blue screens me, or D, all of the above in quick succession, or E, evidently, which is just screw me out of my items for no good reason. So it's not happy with me when it comes to the nether. And what I mean by screw me out of my items for no good reason is I died in a tunnel that I had mined, that was well mined. When I went back to get said things that I died in the tunnel with, the tunnel was magically filled in, with no clue as to where said tunnel was, whatsoever. And then it blue screened me, and when it joined me back, I was back in the nether, still with no tunnel existing, and no way to find my things. And then yesterday, I died to Enderman perfectly naturally, no lag, no complaints there, that was just a skill issue. And when I blue screened that time, suddenly I had not died to one of the Enderman deaths I had died to, and everything was fine and dandy, like nothing happened. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know if it loves me or hates me. It decides based on the day. Fairly frequently I will get pretty far into traveling the nether and it'll just blue screen me for no reason. I also had a couple run-ins with wither skeletons where they'd be running at me and suddenly they'd freeze, and then suddenly they had hit me like 4 times and I was about to die. So, fantastic. Yeah, it's something else to be in this world sometimes. I don't know how I feel about it. I love this world, but I don't love the things it does to me sometimes. It wants me to lose my mind, I think, and I don't rage at games, so I just sit there and stare at the screen for a few seconds and take a big ol' sigh and go back to figuring out whatever it froze me from or blue screened me from. And every time it blue screens me, it ends stream, which is actually honestly more frustrating than the blue screen itself, because then I have to restart stream and rename it as the second part of the day of whatever Minecraft it is, or the third, or the fourth. I think I've gotten to 5 parts in one day before. It's just endless. So I'm a little petrified of going into the nether now, especially into a bastion, because if I've had this many issues and deaths from just dealing with trying to get nether wart from a fortress, yeah, it's most likely a hardware issue. This is an old PlayStation that's had a lot of playtime, and I think it's just not happy with me, to be completely honest. But I keep playing. I keep putting it through torture, and it is telling me to stop, and I am not listening. So it's basically my fault, but it's okay. I think we have enough leaves for quite a while, but I'm gonna finish this tree off. The echo is back. God damn it. Why is my microphone hating me? I don't know what it be doing. It could be like my internet being buggy too. Who knows? Sag. Do I have enough leaves for right now? I think I have enough leaves for right now. I don't know how many I actually need, but I'm gonna say that's enough for right now. Actually, I'm gonna say that's not enough for right now. I want to break one more pair of shears. Never mind, I changed my mind. Whoa, shears, not axe. Axe is not going to give me anything unless I go get my silk touch axe. Yeah, I'm playing on my PS4. So my PlayStation could be angry at me and causing issues with my mic. My mic could be angry at me and causing issues with my mic. My Wi-Fi could be angry at me and causing issues with my mic. The world may never know. Any of the above are usually angry at me for various reasons at any given point in time, so eventually I'll figure out what it is. But for now, it's just being dumb, which is fine. Yeah. Yippity-doo. It is very old. I don't know when it was purchased, to be honest, but it is definitely old. I don't know. I don't have any interest in getting a PS5, so I'll just keep making do with my PS4. The PS5 isn't different enough from the PS4 for me to justify spending money on it. All of my, I was actually talking with Bacon about this the other night. I think every single gaming console that I've ever owned, I haven't paid for myself, because I was a kid or a teenager for most of the consoles I played. And then my PS3 was gifted to me from my mom when I moved out, because it was the family one that my brother had already jailbroken 2 or 3 or 4 times and put back to normal, and it was limping through life and miserable, and she's like, here you go, you like playing it. And I'm like, thanks, Mom, but it's kind of dying, so I don't know. But I mean, it's still a PlayStation, so thanks. And then I used that well after Minecraft stopped updating on PS3s, and then I actually got gifted this PlayStation from my uncle, because he bought a PS5 for himself, so it was a free PlayStation. I'm not gonna complain. It worked, literally, exactly, it works, so I'm not gonna replace it unless I absolutely have to. I've been, like, very heavily hesitating on what to get for my next gaming console, simply because it would be with my own money. For a while, I was really fixated on wanting a Switch, because I like the handheld gameplay concept a lot. I played the Wii U for a while, and I really liked just having the little handheld system, and I kind of got addicted to that concept, so I kind of liked that idea, especially because, like, with the Switch, just like the Wii U, you can play, like, regular or handheld, but I don't know, I'm not sure what I'll do. Most likely it'll end up being something handheld, like a Steam Deck would be really cool, but that's well out of my price range, because I actually can't play PC games most of the time, so Steam Deck would give me access to a lot of PC games. I'm gonna close out my stream manager and open the tutorial I need for the iron farm, so I can get that started while I talk. Minecraft, Bedrock, iron farm. Turn my volume down. It's not that one that I used. Which one is it? I don't trust the one that shows up first, because we tried that one and it didn't work. It's something different. It's something different. There's like a little compact one that shows up as the first suggestion for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and it doesn't work for me at all in Bedrock for whatever reason. That one's close to what I need, but not quite. I need the one that includes beds in that formula. This one? Is it this one? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You do that. I guess that could work. It's similar enough that it might. But it's still not what I did, which is kind of frustrating, because I know the one I did works perfectly efficiently enough, so I don't want to change it and then have it not work quite as efficiently or anything like that, and then have to redo it, because that would probably severely tick me off, to be honest. So we're gonna try to find the one that I used. Build it in an open area, I know. Make the platform, blah blah blah. That's not what I wanted. Why won't it show me the one that I did? Do I seriously have to like go on my world with my partner to figure out what one to do? I'm frustrated. Yes, I am searching the seas of YouTube currently, and I'm a little frustrated, but it's okay. So the one that we did was similar to a lot of these ones that are showing up. It's a very large leaf-edged space with water flowing towards a middle singular lava block, which outlets to a singular hopper into a chest, which ends up also being a string farm because they spawn cats. The way that I did it was 20 beds stacked in a specific pattern up above the lava in a little like square. What these ones want to do is a little different, and it's a little confusing. Did I find it? I think I found it. I think I found it. And then you put the villagers like underground off to the side, besides the one villager that acts as the visual on the beds, so that it knows how many beds there are to know how many you can have. Yes, this is it. This is what I needed. This is perfect. This is perfect. Perfect. Blocks with leaves on top. So I'll have to choose a block as well. So far, what is my dad talking about, huh? I just thanked my dad for birthday stuff because he just paid for a bunch of stuff for my vehicle for my birthday today that I have to do in a couple weeks. And he said, so far. The heck does that mean? Also, there's 6 of you chilling in chat right now. Thank you to everyone that's chilling in chat. I'm sorry that I'm like searching YouTube right now to figure out how to do this farm, but I promise you I'm going to do it. I'm trying. I'm just slow. I don't do farms. I'm very avidly against most farms, simply because I prefer to just grind and get the stuff myself. It's just more engaging for me in my brain, like how I prefer to just farm trees for a while rather than make an actual tree farm to get wood consistently. I usually just go that route, similar to how I would usually just go the mining route for the iron, but I'm honestly sick of mining for iron, so I'm like, we need the farm. I'm sick of it. So we're doing this. Why is this just endless intro? I am 2.5 minutes into this video and he's still just showing the finished farm. Help. I'm gonna put an earbud in, I think, so that I can listen to the tutorial about it. Wow. I am also actively streaming to you guys. Bluetooth connected, battery full, thank you. If you build this over blah 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 blah, I don't care. I don't need the more advanced. I just need this one. Make sure you subscribe. I have it on 2 times speed, so it's just making my brain go purr. At least 10 workstation, 10 signs, some slabs, some lava, over stack of blocks and leaves. Okay, so let's go pick a block for the base block underneath the leaves. I might go basic and just use some cherry planks because I'm using cherry leaves. I think that's fine. Actually, I don't really want to use wood, so maybe I'll just use like cobble and then cherry leaves, because we do have cobble in abundance, so I think that's fine. Or even tough or deep slate. Screw it, let's do deep slate. It'll be dark and then the bright pink. I think it'll contrast pretty well. I think that'll look fine. Alright, let's work on the outline. I mentioned that there were 6 people chilling in chat, and they were all like, goodbye, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't mind. I literally just stream for fun. It just psyched me out that there was like 6 people sitting here in chat, and I was like, hello? Do I know you? Hi. I'm awkward. Infinite water source, blah, 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 blah. 20 beds, 10 to 20 villagers, 10 to 20 golems. Full materials list below. Flat area, no really. Okay, 19 by 19. So, let's see if we can manage that in this spacing. We'll start here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I sound like a villager. How do I want to do this then? I could make this all up one with dirt. I can go get more dirt, make this all up one. That might give me a little more room to work with. Take out some more of the trees. Yeah, I guess we'll lift this up one and go from there. We're already hitting the error part of trial and error, but it's okay. Everything's fine. We're fine here. Yeah, so I spent the day with my dad today, which is what I usually do about once a week lately, because it gets me out of the house and out of my own brain for a while. The dogs got to run around and they loved it, because they love going there and being able to run around off leash. I got to hang out with him and wander around stores and stuff, because he had to get errands done and I didn't want to keep him from doing them, because he'll usually just awkwardly not do errands until I leave, and then he won't have time to, so I just followed him around while he did errands, pretty much like I was a child again, which was trippy, but it's okay. Felt like a child again. I didn't know how I feel about it, but yeah, and then he ended up getting me the things I've been needing. So I have a list of things to do before wintertime for my 2 vehicles. One's in storage, totaled, and the other vehicle I drive. And I need to start and winterize the one that's in storage. I also need to do an oil change and a fuel filter change on my driving one, as well as I don't know if anyone in chat knows anything about vehicles, but I'm still going to keep going. And I, by no means, know a lot about vehicles. I just know enough to get by, especially about the vehicles that I drive, because I drive, I own 2 1995 Ford Broncos. So they're pretty easy to figure out, because they're all mechanical. There's no real electronic aspect to them, like a lot of newer vehicles where, you know, one wire goes wrong and suddenly your entire vehicle's not working correctly. So the only cases of stuff like that is like fuses and certain wiring issues in older vehicles like that. It's not like absolutely atrocious like newer vehicles are, in my opinion. So I figured out a lot of basic stuff for it. My dad's a mechanic, so he tries to teach me as much as he can, but I don't keep information that I'm given. He's been teaching me about vehicles since before I could walk, and I still do not retain any of it. I just exist. So, but I have, you know, basic checklists that I have to do quite regularly, like any vehicle maintenance does, and instead of paying people to do it, I just do it myself and buy the things I need. Usually at my dad's, so he can oversee me and make sure I'm not messing it up. But I'm used to doing oil changes and stuff. I've changed the fuel pump in my old rig, so that's going to be a piece of cake to do in this one. Just basic stuff like that is pretty everyday normal for me. So I'm overdue on an oil change because I haven't had the time or the money to get the stuff together and do it, which is why I was trying to rush to get it done before snow hits, because trying to do an oil change in the winter is not nice, and it needs to get done. So hopefully I can get that done before it gets too chilly out. And then I've been having issues with my fuel filter, so I'm just going to do that at the same time, since it's a ridiculously easy job compared to an oil change. And then I also got to do a couple other quick checks and maintenance. I got to give it a good car wash so that I can get it undercoated with oil for the winter time, because I live in New England and salt destroys vehicles, and it already destroyed mine last year because I didn't get it undercoated and didn't wash it frequently enough, and the salt has eroded what was once a completely clean, unrusted vehicle into already pretty rusty. So fun times. The salt that they use on the roads in the wintertime to get rid of ice, which doesn't really effectively get rid of ice, but, you know, get rid of it enough to make the roads a little safer, very, very efficiently erodes vehicles and metal. That's why vehicles rust as bad as they do in areas like that get a lot of snow, is the salt that they put down on the roads rusts right through vehicles incredibly easily. A lot of people don't realize it. They just are like, it's old and it's rusting, and in areas where they don't salt, vehicles still do get rust. But I mean, you can look at like a 20-year-old vehicle from somewhere like Florida that pretty much never sees any snow and very rarely sees salt, and it will have pretty much minimal to no wear compared to looking at a 20-year-old vehicle from somewhere in New England. You could probably literally Google New England vehicle rust and just see the absolute damage that happens to our vehicles. Granted, it's not just New England, but that's where I live. Pretty much anywhere that gets intense amount of snow and uses an intense amount of salt on the roads, it happens to. So anywhere north or particularly south. So yeah, it's just, it's a fun time. It keeps the roads safer, I will give it that. It's just very, very dangerous for animals, and it's very dangerous for vehicles, and it's not a fun time. But what you can do when you live in a place that has that issue is you can get your vehicle undercoated, which is where they take a mixture of oil and spray it along the underneath of your vehicle where all the metal is exposed to the salt in the wintertime, and then it helps stick to your frame and your body and everything of your vehicle, and basically act as a layer of protectant to keep the salt from getting through to the metal. And most people undercoat at least once a year when they're doing it for vehicles they want to maintain very well. Sometimes once every 2 years if it's not super falling off or bothering. Like, if it's still pretty intact of an undercoating by the time winter hits, you can usually wait another year and do it every 2 years instead. Depends on the person, depends on the vehicle, depends on how well it was undercoated the first time, like who you get it done by and stuff, and the blend they use for the oil, because they have to use a blend to make it actually stick instead of just slide right off, because that's what oil does. But yeah, I've been getting vehicles undercoated and seeing vehicles undercoated my entire life, so it was something I wanted to prioritize when it came to having my own vehicle. I did it a lot with my old one. Yeah, I'm a little knowledgeable about vehicle stuff from time to time. I'm definitely not an expert, I'm definitely not a mechanic, but I can get by to keep my vehicle alive. But yeah, you can get it undercoated. I did it quite frequently with my old vehicles. My father always does it with his. And I was hoping to do it with this, but last year I didn't get around to it, both from cost and from not finding someone that was specifically adept in Ford Broncos, because they're a pretty specific vehicle. I mean, now they're being reproduced, but they're still pretty specific compared to the new ones even, at least my era. The new ones are more relatable to like the 60s and 50s eras, sort of 70s, so 90s are not like that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out getting it done before wintertime this year to save my vehicle some more wear and tear. We shall see if that's possible. But at least there's less things for me to pay for it, because he ended up buying my oil change stuff and my fuel filter today, which was very nice of him. And he just goes, happy birthday, and goes about putting the rest of it in the cart. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And then, like I said, I just thanked him for that, and he said, so far, and I'm very confused, because that's, like, a lot of stuff. That was, like, $50 worth of parts, if not more. I don't know what he means by so far, and I'm concerned. But my father's always been the type of person to kind of like throw money at me, not in like a bad way. That's just like how he shows love, is by buying things. So I'm sure he'll probably continue doing what he's doing until he feels like he's sufficiently paid for more than he should. So it'll be an interesting ride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, the moment of truth. I might have to scooch it this way even more, but we'll see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Where does that land over here? A little bit in the water, but it should be doable. I don't know where I need to stop here, so I'm going to start from here. I stopped counting. Brain broke for a minute there. I'm going to do just the stone for right now, because I am going to see if the person that does the tutorial, actually does do 19 by 19. The beginning said 19 by 19, but I've seen many a tutorial that'll tell you the dimensions and then build something completely different, and then you're stuck very confused. So we're going to take it one step at a time with this tutorial. I'm just doing a rough outline to make sure I have the space to do it in the first place. Like this. I'm going to light up around it again, just to ensure everything is safe. I was admiring people's dresses today in the store. I don't know if they were like Amish or Jewish or some religion. I don't know much about religions or beliefs, to be honest, so I was like, I don't know. But they had really pretty dresses, and they had cool little like head covering things, not like covering their whole face or anything. It was just little like caps, and they looked nice, and I thought it was interesting. But I was trying not to stare, because sometimes people in my area stare because they're small-minded as hell, and I don't want to make people uncomfortable. I'm just staring because I'm curious, and I think it looks interesting, but I think humans look interesting a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, which means the halfway point would be an 8? No, 9. 9 would be the middle, because there'd be 8 on each side, and then the 9th block. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the middle point. And then it should be 9 that way as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This should be the middle. Is it the middle? I don't know. I'm gonna be unintelligent and waste some leaves to figure out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, what? I'm not even counting correctly. I'm really wasting leaves. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and I don't need to do the other sides, because if you do 2 sides, it's a square. Then it's correct. Okay, so that's the middle. So let's go back to the tutorial, because the tutorial started you by mining in the middle and not doing all this weird outline stuff I just did. But I jumped sideways. I can't even say ahead. I jumped somewhere and did this. Phone, would you please stay charging for once, I beg? Dig 2 down. Oh yeah, I need a double chest on any copper. Doy. Whoopsies. Brain is working, I promise. Honestly, like, today being outside has made night and day difference between how I've been and like my energy today. The seasonal affected disorder was kicking my butt for the last few weeks, or probably week and a half-ish. and the last stream I was sounding so miserable and unemotional and everything that there was a person in chat being like, you sound tired, and I was like, no, I'm just depressed. Sorry. Don't know what else to say. And then I made them uncomfortable with that statement, and I felt bad, but I'm just being honest. I don't know what else to tell you. But just getting air and sunlight helps a lot with seasonal depression, so it's a little better. I'm also supposed to improve some more very soon, because hopefully, fingers crossed, because I'm gonna start using my happy light again, which is a light that simulates. Whoa, what is it doing? I gotta turn my controller off. It unassigned all my buttons. I am back. Yeah, I need to use my happy light, which simulates the vitamin D production in your body, so that your seasonal depression goes away a little. That's the theory behind them. My mom swears by it. She actually gave it to me to help my seasonal affective disorder, but I haven't tried it enough in my lifetime to figure out if it's a yay or nay for me. Where do I want the tunnel to collect go? I think I'll put it this way, because I think I want to put the villagers over here, and they need uninterrupted space. So I think I'll put them... Wait, I can't put them over here, because there's the hole and stuff. So... I guess the villagers will probably have to go in the back there, because there's less likelihood of running into the giant hole very easily. Or the side right here. So basically that way is my best bet for getting to this. Yeah, vitamin D is incredibly helpful when you have seasonal affective disorder. That's actually the main reason seasonal affective disorder exists as far as seasonal depression, because seasonal affective disorder is the umbrella term for being affected by emotions, by season changes in general. Some people get it as far as having a hard time in summer, some people get it as far as having a hard time in winter. It depends on the person. For me, I get seasonal depression in fall and winter pretty hard because of the change in light levels and in vitamin D production in my body. So things like happy lights actually theoretically would help with that. I just haven't used it yet because I have to use it during daylight hours, and I'm not very functional during daylight hours when I'm depressed. So it's kind of a double negative issue right now, but I will figure it out. Double chest goes there, hopper goes into it. Okay, this and then this. For the longest time, I could not figure out hoppers and how to properly get them to go the way I wanted them to go. I don't know why I couldn't figure it out. It's very, very self-explanatory. You literally just place it on what you want it to go towards. But I couldn't figure it out, and I would never use redstone or hoppers because I insisted they didn't work correctly for me and they sucked. I don't know, my brain was a little special. Is, but it's okay. Why won't you charge phone? Oh yeah, I need a campfire. I need 2 slabs. Okay, I need slabs, campfire, science. I should probably just get all the stuff I need and bring it here, but I have a limited inventory space. If I had shulkers by now, which I should, considering I'm almost 550 days into gameplay, I would be able to just put it all in a shulker and move on with life. But no, I don't have that, because if I die enough in the nether, I don't think I need to go to the end yet. I'm just gonna use stone slabs since I already have them. I need a campfire, which I should have because I thought I bought a lot of them. I think they're in the wood chest. Yes, right here. Do I have a bunch of signs of any type? Silvery snake. Nope, so I think I'll just make some cherry signs to match the cherry leaves that already exist for this project. I'm just going to make abundance of signs because I don't actually remember how many it said I needed, and I don't want to have to keep making more of them. That should be plenty, I would say. I hope. Cue me figuring out that isn't plenty and having to get more again. Probably my luck. This is going about as swimmingly as someone with ADHD trying to do a task can go. Normal things, normal things. Hello, would you stop closing on me? Campfire on top of hopper. Slabs on top of chest. 2 signs on top of campfire. Campfire. Slabs. Fair. I don't take any offense to you sleeping. I've actually had multiple people say that my voice helps them sleep, or is like calming or whatever, so I don't know, it's nice. I just exist to exist. It's cool that I can help people. Are you having a dream over there, lady? I think you're having a dream over there. Bailey. Bailey. It's alright. I know you're not supposed to wake your animals out of dreams. It's not like harmful for them to dream. I feel bad when they're like super erratic in their sleep, so I like gently pat them until they calm down while they're still sleeping. Two signs on top of the campfire. If you want it above ground, you do this platform. Blah, 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 blah. And now I have an ad for Little Caesars. Oh, he's placing down walls. I'm ahead of the person on the tutorial. Booyah. I might be extra and make the floor blocks an actual different color than just grass, or dirt, I guess, because the water would make it dirt. I just don't know what block I'd do. Do they need certain blocks to spawn iron golems? I think I'll just leave it dirt. I don't know. I don't want to mess with the spawning. Okay, connect those. Yep. Am I supposed to not have the corners? I guess I'm not supposed to have the corners right now. I don't know what difference it makes, but he doesn't have them, so I'm gonna listen. Who knows, maybe the corners will make or break me having a golem farm. I don't know, I don't want to test it. If I spend all this effort making the farm and it sucks and doesn't work, I will probably cry. Won't be angry, I'll just cry. Anyways, leaf time. It said I need an infinite water source, but I don't need to make one because I have multiple lake things right next to me. River things, whatever. Water. I have water. I'm gonna leave that one open so I can get in and out until it's finished. Leaf blocks are placed. Temporary block in the corners. I remember this. No beds and workstations in the area. Should be fine. No bell. Round up villagers, I'm not going to do that yet. Time to install the beds. I gotta make a bunch of beds. I don't know if I even have enough wool for the beds. This could be a problem. I'm realizing many holes in my plan. But it's fine. Everything's fine. I didn't go into this idea completely unprepared at all. I was like, what am I gonna do in Minecraft tonight? I go, you know what? I need iron. I'm making an iron golem farm. And then I'm rapidly realizing iron golem farm is more complicated than I thought. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's awesome. Everything's cool. What did I come back in here for? Beds. Anytime I tell myself I don't have ADHD, all I have to do is refer back to these, like, multiple instances of me just completely forgetting what I'm doing repeatedly. Do I have enough dye to do, like, a bunch of colored beds? I have a bunch of green dye, which would make sense because the villager hut house thing has green dyed beds as well. I could do lime, so it's, like, similar but different. Why am I dyeing the beds? I don't know. Why wouldn't I dye the beds? It's fun. Make life fun. That is the motto of the universe, I think. I don't know. Should be. The annoying part about dyeing these, though, is I have to individually dye them, I think. Because I don't think it does it correctly if I do it through the quick one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it does it correctly. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna have to just bring the supplies with me because I don't have enough inventory space, and I'm gonna sleep. We're gonna watch the sunset from the bedroom, and we're gonna sleep. From my broken window I still have yet to fix. It's fine, it just gives me a better view of the sunset. It's definitely purposefully this way, I promise. The sunset is over. Let me sleep. I am sleep. I am sleep. I am not sleeping. I am sleep. I need to name my cats and dogs that I haven't named yet. And name the bees for fun. I have enough name tags, I may as well. I'd probably lose track of what ones I have and haven't named, though, to be honest. So what I'm gonna do right now is put down the crafting table and put down a quickly made chest so that I can keep extra stuff that's clogging my inventory that I might need for the project just here instead of having to keep running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Capiche, capiche. Capiche, capiche, caposh. Okay. What are you doing? I don't want you. Who asked you to be here? Ooh, you have light blue dye. I asked you to be here, I guess. Just stay there. Exist for a while. Thanks. That's so contradictory. Who asked you to exist? Oh, stay there and exist, please. Ay, ay, ay. Sometimes I don't know about myself. I don't know how many beds this is, but it's beds. Breaking my way in because I don't feel like finding the way in. It does need better trades. They have been adding, though. I noticed it offers, like, iron pickaxes that are enchanted now half the time, and it also offers, invis potions sometimes, but you can just kill them for his vis potions, so I don't know why you'd buy one for, like, 8 emeralds when you can just kill him when he's drinking one and have a pretty high chance he'll drop it. Same thing with milk buckets. If you want milk buckets, you can kill them when they're drinking the milk and there's a chance they drop it. But, yeah. I mean, they're not terrible. They're helpful for, like, early game stuff when you want to have different flowers or different, saplings or different stuff like that that you wouldn't normally get. But they're kind of not that helpful late game. I just do them for fun at this point. I am, however, going to pause before I do the beds and go to the bathroom. So I will be right back. Okay guys, I said I would be back after I went to the bathroom, but that is not happening. I have to get off for the night, which is fine. We'll just do the rest of this tomorrow. And hopefully I can actually watch the tutorial and do this correctly the first time. So, thank you to everyone that's tuned in for the night. I will be back tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you are. I will see you guys next time. Be sure to take your meds, drink some water, eat some food, get some sleep, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!